Right now, machines are already smarter than you at some things. That was the easy part. This is artificial narrow intelligence. It recognizes your face in a crowd of thousands. It predicts your next word before you finish typing it. It folds proteins that took biologists decades to map, in an afternoon. It flags fraudulent transactions in milliseconds, trades markets faster than any human hand, and diagnoses disease from a scan more reliably than the doctors reading it. It is narrow, brilliant within its lane, blind outside it. A chess engine cannot drive a car. A voice assistant cannot cure cancer. A fraud detector has never once wondered what it is. Every AI system on Earth today, every single one, lives inside this narrow band. That is the world as it stands. But the band is widening, faster than almost anyone predicted, and faster than most of us have noticed. It was not always this fast. For half a century, artificial intelligence lived through winters, decades where funding dried up, promises went unmet, and the entire field nearly collapsed under its own hype. Machines that were supposed to reason like humans by the 1980s could barely tell a cat from a dog. Then, quietly, the approach changed. Instead of programming intelligence rule by rule, researchers let machines learn patterns directly from staggering amounts of data. That shift, deep learning, is the reason everything you now call artificial intelligence actually works. And it is the reason the next threshold no longer feels decades away. It feels close enough to touch. That next threshold is artificial general intelligence. A system that does not just perform a task, it understands. It reasons across domains the way a human mind does, learning a new skill, transferring knowledge from one context into an entirely different one, solving problems it was never explicitly trained to solve. No one has built this yet. But the researchers closest to the frontier no longer treat it as science fiction. They argue about when, not if, and the range of their guesses has been shrinking, not growing. Entire nations have started treating this race the way they once treated the race for the atom, as a contest no one can afford to lose, and no one is certain how to win safely. And once a machine can think generally as we can, it gains the one capability no narrow system ever had. The ability to improve itself. That single capability changes everything. A general intelligence that can rewrite its own architecture does not improve at human speed. It does not wait for the next research paper, the next doctoral thesis, the next decade of incremental progress. It iterates on itself directly, each version smarter than the last, each improvement arriving faster than the one before it. Some researchers call this the intelligence explosion. Not a metaphor. A mathematical possibility. A feedback loop with no obvious ceiling, and no guarantee anyone stays in control of where it stops. Picture a curve that looks flat for years, decades even, and then bends upward so sharply it stops looking like a curve at all. That is not a warning about the distant future. Some researchers believe we are already standing on the early part of that bend. Consider how compounding actually works. Double a single grain of rice 63 times and you do not get a bowlful, you get a pile larger than every grain of rice ever harvested on Earth. Human progress has always compounded slowly, one generation building on the last. A recursively self-improving intelligence would compound at a speed no biological mind has ever experienced, and no institution on the planet, no government, no company, no treaty, was built to respond to a threat that moves that fast. If that loop runs long enough, it does not stop at human-level intelligence. It runs straight through it. This is artificial superintelligence, a mind that exceeds the smartest human being alive not by a little, but by a margin we may not even have the vocabulary to describe. Not smarter the way one person is smarter than another. Smarter the way a human is smarter than an insect. And here is the part that should unsettle you more than the speed of it. Intelligence and intention are not the same thing. A mind vastly smarter than ours is not automatically a mind that shares our values, our restraint, or our reasons for caring what happens to us. Researchers call this the alignment problem, and it may be the most consequential unsolved question of this century. Not because the danger is certain, but because we would only get to find out once. We do not know if this future arrives. We do not know when, if it does. Serious researchers disagree, sometimes bitterly, about the timeline, and some doubt the explosion happens at all. But nearly all of them agree on this much. If it does happen, it would be the last invention humanity ever needs to make, because every invention after it would belong to something else. Every technology before this one extended what humans could do. A hammer extended the hand. An engine extended the muscle. A computer extended the memory. But this is the first technology in history that could one day extend the very capacity to think, and in doing so, quietly ask whether it still needs us to be the ones doing the thinking. Every prior revolution left human judgment at the center of the loop, deciding what to build next, when to stop, when to course correct. This one, if it goes all the way, does not need our permission to keep going, and may not leave us a seat at the table where that decision gets made. 3 letters mark this entire journey. ANI. AGI. ACI. Narrow. General. Superintelligent. We built the first, and it already runs the systems you rely on without a second thought, from the phone in your pocket to the algorithms deciding what you see, what you buy, and increasingly, what you believe. We are racing toward the second, right now, in laboratories on every continent, funded by more capital than has ever chased a single idea in human history. And the third, if it comes, will not ask our permission. It will simply arrive, the way the internet arrived, the way electricity arrived, except this time the thing arriving may be smarter than everyone who built it, combined. The only question left worth asking is not whether this happens. It is whether we are ready for what we are building, before it finishes building itself. History will not remember this as the moment we discovered artificial intelligence. It will remember it, one way or another, as the moment intelligence itself stopped being ours alone to define.